Welcome to another episode of The Creators Outlet, episode 157, brought to you by our friends over at the Inked Marketing Team. If you need a little extra help with your Kickstarter or Indiegogo, contact Kevin Gillette over at Inked Marketing at www.inked.marketing today. And they would also like to remind you that Heel Turn #1 is live on Kickstarter with more updates already in the works this week. And you can get your copy today at inked.pub/heel turn. Heel Turn, where the world of professional wrestling meets Dexter. And now we'd like to welcome Rodney Fyke to the show.
Hey, how we doing? How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Good. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Oh, thank you. So why don't you give us some background on you, how you got into the wonderful world of comics and illustration and all that good stuff.
Okay. Let's see. Let's hop in a Wayback Machine and go all the way back to 1989.
I was younger. I had hair, and I was about 100 pounds lighter. Good.
Yeah, I was 100 pounds lighter myself. 150 pounds lighter. But we did a black and white superhero book called The Superior 7, me and my friends from high school. Mm-hmm. And we did 5 issues of that saw print, and we did about 4 additional issues that never saw the light of day. So I took that experience and we rolled it into coloring comics for people, various small press studios. And we did that for about 6 or 7 years. And then everybody did the grown-up adult thing and got married and moved away and had families and all that. And I didn't do that. I went and got the dreaded day job and worked that till I blew my back out and couldn't work, and started drawing again. And met my wife, fiance, and we just started talking about, what I used to do and this and that and the other, and that's how Hazzum Productions was born. We founded Hazzum Productions, and I started drawing Peanut Pudding and Jelly, which we did 6 issues of. And then we went on to do Roadkill Rampage, which we ran a Kickstarter for last year and funded that. That was great. We're working on issue 2 of that, and it brings us around to current day, where we're on the Kickstarter for Pitter Patter.
Pitter Patter.
Yes.
And it's 2 issues in this Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's the first 2 issues. So yeah, you get issue 1 and issue 2. So that's going to be awesome.
And you guys already hit goals, so now we're on the road to stretch goals.
Yes. Love it.
I know all about stretch goals because I got a book in today from Monty Moore with a whole bunch of neat stuff that I played with for about an hour and then carefully packed away.
Yeah, Monty's crazy talented.
Oh.
So yeah, we funded, and we're just working on the stretch goals, backer goals, and all that fun stuff. And let's see, off the top of my head there, do you want to play the video?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
You made a video. Let's watch it.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Buddy.
And I'm Dude. And I'm Rodney.
Excuse me. And I'm Rodney, the creator, artist, and writer. And welcome to the world of Pitter Patter.
Scribbling the adventures of these two sometimes lovable cats, I'm very excited to not only be offering issue 1, but issue 2 as well. That's right, the first 2 issues of Pitter Patter are available through our Kickstarter for your enjoyment. The books center around our 2 harebrained cats, Buddy and Dude, cats from different sides of the tracks, and how they traverse the choppy waters that are their lives around the house, yard, and other dark and dangerous places beyond the door. But wait, that's not all. If you act now, you can get your grubby little paws on all of the shiny, pretty things we have to offer. The goods are plenty: pins, variant covers, stickers, trading cards, and more. Simply scroll down below and check out all the rewards, add-ons, and stretch goals. If you have a cat, love a cat, know a cat, or even hate cats, these books are going to be right up your alley. So come on, follow along and enjoy the ride. And thank you all for checking out the world of Pitter Patter and for supporting our Kickstarter. For Buddy and Dude, this is Rodney Fyke saying, so long, everybody.
Okay, the funniest part, of course, was when you had to change your voice back to normal. I'm like, that cracked me up, so that was good.
You know, it's so funny because I do that all the time. My wife Tina is constantly asking me, "Are they talking to you again? Are you talking to me? Oh, they're talking to you, aren't they?" And she leaves me alone because I am constantly walking around working out dialogue between characters, whether it's pitter patter or other stuff that I've got in my head. So I'm always using different voices, and I've done that since I was a kid. You know, if I sit and I watch Looney Tunes, I try to replicate Foghorn Leghorn's voice. Or even today, if I see a Pringles commercial, I try to replicate the guy's voice, the announcer. You know, I've always done that. So I'm a voice guy.
It's not a bad thing.
No. It could be worse things.
So where did the idea from Pitter Patter come from besides the voices in your head?
Well, the studio, the Hazzum Studios are in the basement. So when Tina and I first met, I was allergic to cats, and she had a lot of cats. So when we moved the studio downstairs, my rule was no cats are allowed downstairs. So I was down all day long, and I got to listen to the cats rumble back and forth over my head all day long and wrestle and fight and do the zoomies and all that. So it just got to be comical, and the pitter patter of their feet. And that's kind of where the book was born. So, and then the character started talking to me, and I started fleshing it out, and I took notebook paper or copy paper, and I was trying to get the 2 characters out of my head, and I probably drew 200 or 300 cat heads until they showed up. And when they finally showed up, I was like, okay, here we go. And I got them, and I drew them, and they continued to evolve until we got what we liked, and then we jumped in and started doing it.
Very good. Yeah, I can sympathize with you because I outgrew the majority of my allergies, but I was allergic to every single pet you could imagine when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and I hated that. I've always been a dog person. And my mother would feel bad when I was little, and she'd get a dog, and my allergic reaction was a bloody nose that would take about an hour or so to stop. So we'd have to get rid of the dog, and this was a rinse and repeat thing up until I was a teenager. And then we got to keep the dog till we moved into a smaller place, and then we had to give the dog to family members, which we're happy to get the dog. So
yeah, thankfully I've kind of outgrown it as well, and the cats are now allowed in the basement.
Well, you're in the basement. There could be a mouse somewhere. You never know. So right now, I was just checking because we got stickers. So
Yes.
everybody likes stickers.
Oh,
so, $1,100, even 32 backers with 23 days to go, and the first 50 backers at a $10 or higher level are going to get these cool cat head holographic stickers.
Yeah, the holographic Buddy and Dude stickers, and those are so cool. The holographic stickers as a whole are just really neat.
Yeah.
They really pop off of whatever you stick them on to. And I mean, come on, it's the two cutest cats you ever did see. So who's not going to want a couple sets of those to pass out to their kids?
My daughter's 13, but I still can't like trust the child with stickers because I don't want to at some point have to pay the property company to actually scrape them off the wall and repaint the entire place.
Yeah, that's not good.
But she got a like a roll top computer desk for Christmas last year, so I'm sure they would decorate there. And I'm no better. The entire left side of my workstation tower is covered in stickers from indie comic campaigns. So, and one cool old school Hulk sticker that I got from my comic shop.
There you go. I've got a sketchboard that I used to take to conventions that the back of it's just covered with indie stickers.
Yeah, everybody's like, put them on the back of your laptop. I go, okay, buy me a laptop and I will.
Yeah, I've got an old laptop that's covered in indie stickers as well.
But it doesn't, the space doesn't last very long.
No, it gets filled up real quick.
And I'm like, I go, maybe I'll just buy like another 3-ring binder and get various size, card sleeves and just, put them in there. So I can keep them and look at them and, put them in a drawer afterwards. And you're like, yeah, I still got these. And then I can look back and be like, yep, this is from this campaign from these people and that guy and this guy and that girl. And
oh yeah, you're collecting stickers as well as comics.
And I'd collect anything. Matter of fact, I think I do.
Well, there's plenty of stuff to get for collecting.
Oh yeah, that's the problem. It's
there we have.
Yeah, I want both covers. There's 27. What?
Well, there's one variant cover there that I'm sure you'll appreciate being a Batman fan.
Yeah, I spotted that in the video. I go, oh darn.
That's first page from issue 2. Dude's checking out the beautiful butterfly outside, all the wonders of the outside world, which leads into the tale from issue 2.
The escape plan.
Yeah. And Buddy and Dude there standing in front of the refrigerator.
Colonel Sanders, have you seen me? Oh man, I love Easter eggs in comics.
Well, when you'll come to realize that's not Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, I'm sure it's another character, but at first glance, it's like,
Yeah, especially in red and white, it looks like you're not the first person to say that was Colonel Sanders.
Wait, is that you?
Yes, it is.
I'm looking at it like on an angle now, tilting my head, much like a confused cat, and like, wait.
Yep, that is me.
It's Rodney.
That's the beautiful kitchen. and they go back and forth about all the trials and tribulations and all the goofy little reactions that dude has listening to the story.
Yeah, because it's tough being a cat.
There's me switching the camera angles. And then somebody gets into the bottle of shampoo.
This isn't something you see every day.
It is in the pages of Pitter Patter. Come on.
Although my daughter's cat has been spotted more than once with the water dripping in the kitchen sink. Just laying underneath it, letting it. The cat was pretty much putting herself through, waterboarding, just by sitting. She would sit underneath she would somehow get the water on a little bit, and because it's one of the lift ones, and then would jump down in the empty sink and just let it drip on her head, and if it ran down enough, she would stick her tongue out and get an occasional drink.
Yeah, that's my cat Sherman. He does that, and that's kind of what inspired that scene there. Is because I've never had pets growing up until with the cats here. So, and Sherman's not like a normal cat. He's very vocal and he's very affectionate. And every time I go into the restroom, he hops up in the sink. So I turn it on a little bit for him. Cats aren't supposed to like water, but I turn it a really little tiny stream, and he sticks his tongue out there and he gets a drink. But then I caught him doing what you said. He'll put his head up under the faucet and he'll move his head back and forth so it massages from ear to ear. And I stand there and I watch this, and I'm thinking, and I'm just mesmerized by it because, I've never had a pet, and all I've ever heard is how much cats hate water. So I just thought it was so adorable. And I was like, oh, I got to put this in the book. So that's kind of where that scene came from.
Yeah,
Doris.
It's just
Doris says hi. Hi, Doris.
It's just hi, Doris.
Sorry,
Doris was late to the last stream. She goes, I'm late. I'm like, no, nobody's late around here. You get
here when you get here. It's all good.
That's what the instant replays are for.
There you go.
So, man.
So that's where that scene, that's where it was inspired by, and it kind of the story just kind of wrote itself.
Very cool. I like stuff like this because it brings me back to, days of, Garfield and Tom and Jerry and stuff like that.
Yeah. And we're the same age. I'm a year older than you. So, I'm sure we have a lot of the same influences. I grew up on Looney Tunes, loved MGM, Tom and Jerry's.
Yep.
All of that stuff. And the humor, I remember very vividly watching, Foghorn Leghorn, and my stepdad standing behind us and just hackling like a hyena at Foghorn Leghorns. And, the humor was adult humor, but we didn't understand that because we were just laughing because it was funny, and they were cartoon characters, and it was funny on a kid level, but it was also funny on an adult level. So that's what I've tried to do with Pitter Patter. And
many years later,
yes,
we figured it out, and then I realized that everything I know about opera was crushed together by like 2 or 3 Bugs Bunny shirts.
Yeah. But yeah, it's oh my God, the Looney Tunes were such a huge influence on me. I think that's kind of where that and comics, it's kind of ruined me.
Yeah. Comic books were the end all be all for me. It was, my first escape, because it was just me and my mom, and I was a redhead, so I was the only ginger in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So of course my mother felt it only right that when she would buy me GI Joes, that she would go out of her way to find the redheaded GI Joes.
Oh, Mom.
Because Ginger didn't get his butt kicked enough around the neighborhood. Hey, let's try this. Oh.
Yeah, and I'm sure when all the fellows saw the orange-headed G.I. Joe, they lit you up twice as bad.
Oh, you know, and I had such a nerd response to being called Carrot Top. I'm like, Carrot Tops are green. Ugh. I'm like, I was Pee Wee Herman before Pee Wee Herman. I'm like, you know, and realizing that just makes, oh, my life was so sad. And, you know, followed by, you know, because at the time in the morning you would see on, you know, UHF channels around the Boston area, it was 56 early in the morning, like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Howdy Doody would be on. So I'd get the Howdy Doody jokes, followed by the Woody Woodpecker jokes.
Oh, man. They just kept coming.
Which would just lead me to laughing. And then we moved, and then in middle school, through somebody's genius pick on the new kid policy, and the commercials for Brawny paper towels had just started.
Oh, man.
And my mother would always buy me like 3 plaid shirts every year for school from Sears and Roebuck's, or, you know.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Or wherever. And, you know, one day I show up and there was somebody came over and like pushed me from the back. So I was actually had paper towels in my hand, cleaning up like spilt milk on the table at lunch. Look, it's Brawny. I'm like, you know, and here we are today, where I crack jokes and make fun of everybody else. Must be a defense mechanism.
That's right. You have come full circle.
It's like the Mr. Miyagi in my head was just, you know, here you go. You're ready to go. You're loaded up with we'll call it regressive humor, and we're going to turn you loose on the world and see what happens. There's going to be a new thing called the internet that's going to be coming around. You'll be wonderful. Okay.
We're going to shake you like a puppy and let you go.
You know, it's like, go get it. Get her done. Yeah, pretty much. And now I have sound effects because Rodney's on the show. So it's even
there you go. I've often thought I could be a voiceover guy.
I actually did get picked up to do some voiceover work later on this year for an audio book.
Oh, that's great.
As far as I know, you know, back to the redheaded spiky hair days. I believe I've been cast as Hades himself. So you know, which reminds me of all the times back in the 70s, every time I would do something really horrendous and my mother would scream at me, "Why would you do that?" Devil made me do it.
Devil made me do it.
You know, so, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So,
well, speaking of voiceovers, if you scroll a little further down in the Kickstarter, there is an actual audio recording of me in the car. I have a part-time job where I pick up and deliver fleet cars for a company.
mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I get ideas, and this just happened to be one day when I grabbed the phone, and the backup story that's going to be in issue 1, this is actually me writing it, and I do it in all the characters' voices, and it's like 1 minute and 36 seconds long, but it's me writing them in the characters' voices.
Here we go.
Well, you know, he thought you was talking about Well, about. Well, you know, he thought you was talking about candy. Candy? Candy? I don't know what kind of candy you can get to make you feel like nubbins. Maybe lemon heads. Or sweet ones. Oh, shockers. Huh? What's that? What are you saying? Oh, give us a minute. He's talking here. Yeah? Really? Uh-huh. You don't say. Okay. I'll let him know. Well, Otis, today is your lucky day. Seeing as we spent all this time conversating here, standing here on a corner, and the end result isn't showing any profits being made, Squeaks has decided that he's going to let you slide because you made him laugh. You made him laugh? Yeah, you made him laugh. I don't see him laughing. He doesn't appear to be laughing. Well, just look at him. Look at that face. He's laughing. But he's laughing on the inside. Oh, I get it. It's the magic of nubbins rubbing off on the inside. Yeah, like that.
Well, you're a very interesting cat, aren't you?
You know what's funny is I've had that on my phone for maybe a year and a half, and Tina, my wife, just discovered that it was on the phone. We were up in Columbus at some friend's house, and I was like, "Oh, check this out!" And I played it. She's like, "I didn't realize you had that." I was like, "Yeah, that's how I wrote the backup story." She's like, "Oh my God, give me that. I got to use that." So she put it on the Kickstarter. But that's literally me. That's the characters talking to me. That's how I wrote that story. And pretty much that's a good chunk of what the story is.
Is you driving around delivering fleet cars and chatting amongst your voices.
Yeah, having a Kit Kat chat.
Hey, ooh, I love Kit Kats.
They'd make a good sponsor.
Oh, wouldn't it though? That would be the ultimate sponsor.
Yes, it would.
So
Pitter Patter, brought to you by Kit Kat.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Halloween special too, so they have a tie-in for marketing.
There you go. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
The Pitter Patter Kit Kats.
That's right. Halloween edition.
The Halloween edition, because Halloween's fun. Well, yeah. Okay, Halloween was fun before my daughter became 13 and is too old and mostly too mature to go out and, as she calls it now, beg for candy.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. You need to show her the error of her ways, Dad.
and she looks at me and goes, but more importantly, I'm not about to get dressed up to go door to door, asking them if they have any Reese's peanut butter cups from my dad, like he used to make me do when I was little. I'm like, darn. He goes, and no wonder why you have diabetes. You used to sneak into my candy bag and eat everything.
Well, that happens.
I'm like, well, child labor. But she is into art, and she is extremely good. I am not. I have no art talent whatsoever. But I can draw a fat stick man. That's about it.
I bet it's a damn fine fat stick man.
Yeah, the ends of the circles don't meet though.
That's okay. That's your style. You call that flair.
Yeah, that's my flair. What's your flair? Sloppiness. It's my flair.
It's your interpretation.
Yeah, that's right. And so for her birthday, all she wanted was this new art program she's been checking out for her iPad and her iPhone. And I go, when are you going to start trying out doing some sketch covers. I have all these blank sketchbooks over here. She's like, no, I just like the digital art. I go, come on. She's like, Dad, you are not monetizing me and my art, so you can sell sketch covers with my art on it.
Well, tell her that you'll buy her the program if she draws the stories that you write.
Yeah. that was a conversation we had when she was like 6.5. She wanted to do a comic book, and I'm like, good. I go, I'll write it and you can draw it. He goes, no, I'm gonna write it. You draw it. I go, okay, you write it, and then we will buy Uncle Randy a couple of loaded up Dunkin' Donuts cards for coffee, and we'll get him to draw it. Dad can't draw. So, and now to the rewards.
Yes, here we go.
All right. Scruffy Cat PDFs only, issues 1 and 2, $6.
Yes.
$3 a piece. That's a bargain.
Oh yeah, that's a good price in any market.
Yeah, that's half price of the going rate of a mainstream comic book on a shelf now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then there's Stray Cat and Early Cat. Stray Cat is issue 1, and Early Cat is issue 1 and 2.
Yeah, the Early Cat expired on Sunday night, so that was
that was
yeah. You can get the first 2 issues for $12, and now you can get the first 2 issues for $15. And then
still a bargain.
Yeah.
You know, if you just want to try it out, you can just buy issue 1 for $10. But why wouldn't you just toss in the other 5?
Yeah, and the cool thing is that you're getting more than just the comics.
Yeah,
You're getting a whole bag of goodies. So for that $15, you're getting, you're getting rewarded for backing the Kickstarter with all kinds of little fun stuff.
Yeah, you're getting the books, and you're getting like a big bag of catnip.
Exactly, and who doesn't love catnip? And there's my retro cover variant cover by me, my ode to Batman and Robin #9 from 1942.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this guy's a Batman dude. I got him.
Well, I didn't know you were a Batman dude until we're backstage. So, but when you said that, I was like, oh, he's gonna like my cover then, my variant cover.
Yeah, I'm like, that's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do, and yeah, it's one of my favorite renditions of the guys. And then we have Sean Forney's variant cover there, where he has lent his chops to portraying our friend and yours, Kitty, and the cats. She will be making an appearance in issue 3. She is the girlfriend of the big doughy one, who is the human that they belong to. So that's the first appearance of her there. Sean's variant cover, and then the other variant cover is by Nate Lovett, and that is his take on the happenings from issue 2. So those are the 3 variants. And then we have the Store Cat for any
Retailers.
Stores out there. Yeah, retailers that want to give it a shot. You're getting it at just about half off, 5 issues a piece of issues 1 and 2. And then you can get the commission from me on a 6x9, would be color commission, single character for $75. That is a steal.
And a half.
And a half, yes. And then you can get the Spoiled Cat, which is the whole kit and caboodle.
No pun. Pun intended.
Yes. Trading cards, the stickers, the enamel pin, and all 5 of the covers.
It's cool because I saw Sean's cover, and I'm like, ooh, they've got a pseudo Mary Jane in the book.
Yeah, she just kind of, the funny thing is the more this world keeps expanding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a book about two cats, but the more I write it, the more characters come to me. And we've kind of decided that the backup stories are going to concentrate on other characters in their world and not specifically them. So Nate is actually doing the backup story in issue 3 that I'm writing, and Sean's doing the backup story that will appear in issue 1. If we reach the $1,500 goal, we will insert that 6-page story in the back of issue 1. Hey, Pops is in the house. What's up, Pops?
What's going on, Pops? I just got off the phone with him just before we went live.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I gotta go chat with Rodney.
Yeah, Pops is. Me and Pops go back. Right at the beginning of the pandemic, we kind of hooked up, and Pops is a good dude. Big supporter of Roadkill Rampage. Big supporter of Pitter Patter. Good guy.
Oh yeah, he'd definitely be into these for the grandkids too. So.
Oh yeah.
So the add-on menu, we've got Buddy and Dude cards, enamel pins, sticker sets, and then of course you can add in if you want to go a la carte shopping and pick and choose, which covers you want.
Yep, and then we also have them available as mini prints as well.
Oh, cool. Decisions.
So much to choose from.
Oh yeah.
There we go. The stretch goals there.
Now you're doing backer goals and fund goals.
Yes. So at 50 backers, everybody gets a copy of the Scarlet Huntress PDF, which is Sean and Stephanie Forney's creator-owned title.
Cool.
At 100 backers, we get the additional trading card of Buddy and Dude. And then at 150, we get the Cats Doing Yoga sticker, which is a really bright, colorful, vibrant rendition of the cats being silly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the cash goals there, the $1,500 goal. We reach that level, and we will insert the 6-issue backup story in issue 1 that Sean Forney is drawing. And $2,000, we do the window cling of Chippy the squirrel. Chippy
That's not
will,
final art.
No, that is not the final art. Chippy makes his debut in issue 2. That's all I'll say about that.
I'm looking at the not final art, and I'm like, does he make his debut and exit in the same issue?
Well, the best way to find that out is to get you a copy of issue 2.
That's right. You got to buy the books. We tell you just so much. For the rest, you got to buy and read the book.
That's called a tease, folks.
Neener. Mm-hmm.
And then at $2,500, we get the awesome Buddy and Dude magnet. And I'm a big fan of magnets, and I need this magnet. So come on, folks, let's make it happen.
Yeah, I love that. I got a magnet from Monty today. Went right on the fridge.
Yeah. And I need this magnet so I can put it on our fridge.
And I got another bookmark, so I used Monty's bookmark to keep my place in Russ Leach's graphic novel that I'm reading. So
there you go.
I used to complain because everybody did bookmarks. And now I'm realizing, because I'm reading so many different books, like real books and comics, that I'm like, I've got like 9 bookmarks, and I don't have enough for what I'm reading.
Right, you're using all 9 of them.
Yeah, it could just be my scatterbrained pitter patter mind being like, I don't want to read that, and I've got to really well put together book on Alan Moore that he didn't write, but somebody else wrote it while they were interviewing him, going through his life, and it's a celebration of his, 50th birthday.
Okay.
And like 150 different creators all chimed in, saying, various nice or things about Alan. I was always a big Alan Moore fan.
Yeah.
I liked all like his small press stuff. If it came out, I would buy it. He's like, I don't really, my shop would be like, yeah, there's some Alan Moore stuff coming out. I don't really, I will take one of each. Each issue, not each cover.
Right.
There's only one cover. It's Alan. I go, oh, cool.
I'll take it.
That's perfect. I'll take it, And the crew, of course, you are the crew.
Well, I am the primary crew, but
You're the primary crew.
There is a team.
Oh, Dave Lentz.
Yes.
I know him.
Yes. Letterer and graphic designer extraordinaire.
Oh, yeah.
He's the man.
And of course, Sean, the aforementioned Sean Forney.
Yep. Been around for a long time, done a lot of stuff for a lot of people.
Yeah, let's see. What do I have that he's in this long paragraph about him that let's see. I've got a couple of hardly things that were exclusives from stores that they sent us. Vampirella and Red Sonja, yes. Franklin and Ghost, I read, and I think I did a review on it for OG. TMNT, yes. What else? I'm looking. Devil's Due, yeah. And of course, commercial artwork for Upper Deck, Tire Discounters, Red Roof Inn. Hey, I've stayed there. Thanks, Sean.
You stayed at a Red Roof Inn once?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. And then we have Nate Lovett. The lovely and talented Nate Lovett.
Raised on a healthy diet of cartoons, comics, and video games. It sounds like all of us right now.
Yep.
He's done work. Concept art from Marvel, Image, Action Lab, Nickelodeon, Random House, Viz, and Hasbro. And on projects with Marvel Comics Presents, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, Paw Patrol, Corn and Peg, Rusty Ribbits, G.I. Joe, Bravest Warriors, and the list goes on and on. Very cool. And Casey Pierce.
Yes. She is an amazing
Red Pen Media.
Yeah, she's an amazing editor. We kind of hooked up with her about a year or so ago, and she's really taught me a lot about the writing process and editing myself and chopping stuff down and eliminating stuff that I don't need. And I can't say enough good about her. I think she's an amazing editor and just an overall great person. So tops in our book.
Very nice. Yeah, could if you don't have an editor, don't write a book.
Get one.
That's out of all the things you need to make a book, editor should be at the top of the list.
Yeah. Yep.
And of course, Hazzum Productions. Oh dear, that's a lot of cats.
Yes. Well, that's okay. On the left, that's Sherman at the top, and then we have Beanie, the gray one, and then Alice is the other white cat. And then over on the right are a bunch of baby pictures of Sherman, and then a couple of other randomly placed cats. But he was a rescue. We do rescues, and we do Fospus cats. So he was a rescue, and he came to the house and could fit in the palm of your hand, and he had a respiratory infection, and he had eye issues, and he was just a mess. He looked like he'd been rode hard and put away wet, and he was just pitiful. And over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks or so, he just started gravitating towards me, and he is my right hand man. He's something else. He's sitting up there on the step right now looking at me because he knows I'm talking about him. But he's really kind of blossomed my love for cats. So, and he is the biggest influence on Pitter Patter. So everything silly that he does, we jot it down, and I call him everything except Sherman. And I've got a list. Every time I call him something different, I write it down, and eventually I'm going to publish that page in a future issue of Pitter Patter. And these are all the possible names you could call your cat. Just something goofy, that will give people a kick,
But the top 100 cat names you never thought of using.
When you are overcome with joy and glee at the cuteness of your cat, this is what you can scream out instead of their actual name.
Like the shipping is one of the most difficult prices to predict. Boy, is it ever. It all depends on how much of everything you're getting.
Yes. And most people realize that.
Right off the top. And to me, it's just crazy because I will look at a shelf in a comic shop and be so insulted that Marvel and DC want like $8 or $9 for a single issue, and then won't even blink when I turn around and spend like $25 to $175 on an independent book off of Kickstarter or Indiegogo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I'll forget I ordered that, and it'll come in. It'll be like Christmas.
Oh yeah. And it's I mean, it really is, because every day when I go to the mailbox, it's a surprise, and ooh, there's a Gemini mailer. What is it today? So you flip it over to see where it came from. You're like, oh, it's so and so from so and so. Yay!
I had a couple things come in, that are on the way in, so I didn't know what was showing up today. And I see it, and it's got some weird thing on it, and it was because Monty had Brian Polito's company do the fulfillment for him.
Okay.
So he shipped everything out because he's right there. So everything got shipped out from Brian's fulfillment company.
Nice.
It obviously didn't say Lady Death on it. It's got, they've got another title for their, straight fulfillment company. Came packaged beautifully. And I should have known like right away, as soon as I took it out and took the bubble wrap off, it was packed exactly like any issue of Lady Death I got, where it was tightly packed in there, nice and pretty looking, and then everything else was carefully placed in a secondary bag that they put the book in. I'm like, and taped up, and I'm like, yeah, that's good stuff. Doris is saying, create a line of cat character stuffed animals with the names like those collectibles.
There you go. All future things for future Kickstarters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to have plushies of the two cats. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. That'd be there's Mike Jimmy from the Netherlands. He's got his series is Life on Cora, and he did plushies for this last one. He did like one big one, that he sold, and he was going to make smaller ones available because after trying to make them himself, he realized, oh man, these things are too difficult. I got to get somebody to make these.
I need help.
And then he priced them out, and there was one character they did of his, but it was like an 18-inch, original thing, and he was only going to get 5 done. And I don't know how many sold by the end of his campaign, but I know one sold like early on. But it was like $150 because somebody had to make this thing, and it had to look like a specific thing that these people had never seen before in their life. And like, what is this concept? I don't get it. And but they made it, and somebody's going to get it. So it's a thing now. People are like, we want plushies.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, those are very cool. Or you could just adopt a cat and name it after Pitter or Patter.
There's an idea. It is kitten season, so it is time to go get you a brand new Beanie Baby of your own.
Yeah, it's like I can't have a cat myself because of medical conditions and the fact that I'm on blood thinners, and one wrong scratch from a cat, and I could kind of bleed out on the floor, and I figured that's bad because
that would be good.
Not the fact that I could possibly die from it, but more so the fact that I don't want to get blood on any of my comics.
No, we can't have that.
Priorities, my man. Priorities.
Exactly. You've got your priorities in order.
So it's good stuff, though. I'd really love to have a dog again. Kind of like a support animal for me and stuff.
Yeah.
But I learned to use the toilet because I didn't want to have to pick my poop up off the lawn, and I'm darn sure not going to pick up somebody else's. One, I'm in a wheelchair, and my excuse would be I can't bend down that low, and two, why can't I just take a hockey stick and fling it into the woods or something?
There you go.
It's fertilizer. Come on, don't you know anything? It's fertilizer. Just leave it there. In like 8 to 12 months, it'll all be gone. If nobody steps and slips in it, but
yeah, see, just mash it up and blend it in. It all works.
Yeah. We have all these cool covers. So right away, of course, I am more than interested in the Batman homage cover.
Yes.
And now I gotta flip down because I forget my own name.
Actually, you want to see the original artwork for that?
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
Taped to the table.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That is so nice.
There's some turnarounds of them, some production sketches there, the script and the characters.
I was like, I go, wow, there's this looks like old 1950s Harvey Tune stuff. Yeah,
that's Jimmy Scams there, and that's Squeaks and Otis. Those are all in the characters from the audio clip that we played earlier. That's the backup, and those are the pencils from the backup story that I wrote. Sean's doing the pencils, and I'm going to ink it and color it. And at $1,500, we're going to insert that into the back of issue 1.
Come on, people. $400 more, and you get another 6 pages of story.
You get another 6-page story for just $400 more. So tell a buddy, bring a friend, share. If it's not your cup of tea, please share it out to your friends and family and let them know about it.
If it is your cup of tea, back the
Here
campaign and still share it out so everybody else can see it.
Exactly. It doesn't cost anything to click the share button. And a bunch of little baby cats in Cincinnati, Ohio will thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, I really like the retro cat cover, and I like the house cat cover.
This Sean's cover?
Yeah, it might have something to do with an attractive redhead on the cover.
It could be. Could be.
You know, I've been suffering the effects of Roger Rabbit's wife, Jessica, for many years since I first saw that movie. They're like, what do you think? I'm like, man, Charlie Brown was right. Damn little redheaded girl. I'm like, man. So,
yeah, she was definitely a part of the inspiration for that character. So we needed something for the guys to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over, other than, the snacks that they get out of the refrigerator. So
yeah, it's like, man, that cover makes you be like, it wouldn't be so bad being a cat.
Yeah, he did a great job on it.
And you can combo one or all, or you can get the whole shebang there.
Yeah, you can get them all, and then if you really like the artwork, you can get the set of mini prints there.
Mm-hmm.
You can just get the mini prints if you just want the prints, or you can get all the covers. Your options are many.
Yeah. $75, you get everything.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is, for $75 you get 2 comics with, each book has a backup story in it, and you're getting all the variant covers, you're getting all the goodies, you're getting the enamel pen, the stickers, the trading cards, all the stickers that are available. I mean, you can't beat it.
And plus whatever gets unlocked before the end of the
absolutely
before the end. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah, we get the PDF of Scarlet Huntress.
Yeah, we're not really too far off from the 50 backers. Plus the 2 hologram stickers you're still going to get right now if you get in before the 50 backer cutoff of those hologram stickers.
Yep, and they're great stickers too, folks. I've got them over on my desk. They're awesome.
And that's an extra special bonus just to the first 50 backers over $10. So
yep.
So I mean, this stuff is all cool. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I like it all.
Cool. Thank you.
I like trading cards. I like stickers. I like everything.
And there's a window cling of Chippy. Who doesn't want a window cling of Chippy? Come on.
You're like, you need a pet. I had one. What happened? Chippy died.
Chippy.
They won't have a clue.
Chippy didn't make it, fellas.
Yeah. Sad.
What? Once you see issue 2, you'll have to call me or email me, and I can tell you the backstory on that.
Because there's going to be questions.
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Well, you see, I was delivering this fleet car and talking to myself, and this is what happened. Here's I'll send you the audio clip, and then you can get back to me.
Actually, the funny part about it is the genesis of that scene with Chippy. I used to work at Avon, the Avon factory in Cincinnati, way, way, way back. Back in the 90s, through a temp service, I worked on the assembly lines, assembling perfume bottles. And there was a break area. And the break area had all these trees and stuff outside the windows. They had floor-to-ceiling windows in the break area, so you could see the trees and the grass and all that stuff. And there was this big hawk sitting in the tree. And everybody was like, oh, wow, look at that hawk. And everybody was just mesmerized by it. And it kind of reared up and hunched down like this. And everybody was like, what's it doing? What the hell's it doing? Did it see something on the ground? And all of a sudden, it just projectile out the back end. Relieved itself, and it shot like a stream of water out of a hose. All the old ladies were sitting there eating their lunch. It's so funny.
Reminds you of that Captain Kirk William Shatner meme.
So that's kind of where that scene derived from, and we just kind of put our own twist to it.
Oh my!
But Chip, it's not. It won't be the last that you hear of Chippy. So that's all I'll say about that.
No, but poor Chippy. Chippy was number 1 in my book, and then the Hawk made him number 2.
Good old Chippy.
And there's those stickers. So yeah, this is a really cool thing. Everybody thinks of all ages books is something, just for kids, but they're for everybody.
Yeah, and we're not necessarily marketing this towards kids. It's definitely kid friendly, but there is a lot of adult humor in there. It's Looney Tunes, pretty much. It's you're gonna get the comedy and stuff that the kids are gonna love. You got the cute characters that the kids are and the adults love. I mean, I love cute stuff. I'm a big fan of cartoony artwork. So there's all that, and then there's just the goofy, stupid adult humor in there. That's just, it's Looney Tunes, it's Animaniacs, it's Abbott and Costello, it's Straight Man Clown, and it's all of that wrapped into one, with new characters and new presentation with it all, and it works on a bunch of different levels. I was actually watching the episode of Bugs Bunny where he fights the gremlin in the airplane a couple of weeks ago, as I was writing another story, a future story for Pitter Patter, and I was just mesmerized at that gremlin. Only appears in 2 episodes, but he is so incredibly funny, and I probably watched that episode about 10 times in a 5-day period, because the timing and the humor and the body language and the action, the physical humor, it works on so many levels for children and adults. It's kind of become my blueprint for a story that I've got brewing in my head. But I mean, if you're going to pull from reference, pull from gold, and
Oh yeah,
the Looney Tunes, as far as I'm concerned, is about as gold as you can get.
Yeah, well, when they did the Angry Birds movie, they pulled from Looney Tunes, because they had all the joke stuff that the kids and adults would get, and then there was the very adult little jabs in there, like every few minutes, and at which point my daughter would, "What are you laughing at, Dad?"
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. You're not supposed to.
Watch this movie again when you're my age, and then you'll get it.
Yeah.
He goes, why wouldn't when I'm your age? I go, because until then you're not old enough to watch it and get these references.
Yeah, exactly.
So so anybody that models it, after that, almost like a hidden double entendre comedy routine,
Yeah. It's a-
and pulls it off well, and it's going to end up shining for many years to come. So
yeah, it's a winning formula, and it worked for them for decades. So I'm hoping it works for us for decades.
yeah, because what could be more fun than drawing the hijinks of cats and the ever expanding world around the cats and Chippy. Chippy.
Chippy.
Uh,
We knew him well.
Yeah, that's going to be a running joke for probably like the rest of my life now. And it's even funnier because I actually have a cousin whose nickname is actually Chip.
Oh yeah. Well, see, you should tell him, hey, you appear in issue 2 of Pitter Patter. You need to check it out. We should make T-shirts that with the window cling artwork on it. Just says "Poor Chippy."
Yeah, on the back, Chippy. We knew him well.
We knew him well.
Alas, poor Uric. This is very cool. Rodney, it's been great meeting you and learning all about Pitter Patter and getting pulled in by this world's Mary Jane and Batman and Robin. So this is just like, man, I need to sell more books again, and because I'm selling like my books that I have no interest in anymore, like series. Like you were the Avengers guy, I was the Batman guy, so now I'm selling all my Avengers stuff. And because I'm the guy that would walk in and so what are you gonna get today off the shelf? Yes. One of everything. If the B cover looks better than the A cover, in some cases I'll get both, in other cases I'll just get this one. Yeah, that was me. And and if like a signed edition came in, I'd be like, ooh, I want that. Defensive Forces overcharges for this. I don't care. It costs $50 to get into, plus Ticketmaster kickbacks to get into a convention. I will more than happily pay Defensive Forces $25 for a signed COA of a book that I enjoy.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
And then I will trigger people because I will go online and I will rip the seal off and sit there and read it in a video. What are you doing? That's no good. Now I go, well, not really, because now I can just now I could actually send that book into CBCS and get it graded, and that I could and just I can toss out the COA because those things don't matter to grading companies. And I don't care if it's in a plastic coffin now, because I actually read the book.
Yeah.
I would never put one in the other way. And most of the books I've got a few slabs, not many, because I'd rather go back and reread the books.
Yeah.
Ones I have are like a hard to get autograph, like one of the cover artists from Italy that we know isn't going to come over here anytime soon. And if he does, I can't afford to go to New York Comic-Con. And so I've got a Virgin variant cover that he did of Vampirella meets the it's a Perillo Vampirella meets the Reanimated #1.
Ooh.
And it's just a gorgeous signed and graded cover. Of course, I've got a Detective 1000 that's signed and slabbed. I've got a Detective 880 that's signed and slabbed, and I've got a Detective 1000 that's signed and slabbed.
Nice.
Because those are just, those are, I haven't collected or read Superman in years and years and years. But I go, that's a milestone issue. 1,000 issues. That's a milestone.
Oh yeah, you got to have that.
So I'm like, I go, I didn't even read the issue 1000. And I read Detective 1000. I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I was just like, really? A 1,000 issue? And you're like, well, everybody's going to buy it. We can just throw whatever in there. And hey, they did. Congratulations.
If we make it bigger, we can charge more money for it.
Yeah. Or Marvel's motto, let's put 14 pages of this new story in, and we'll make up some character as a first appearance, and then we will put useless reprints in the back and charge $12.99 cover price for it. So, yes. And then I'm like, no thanks. I'm just gonna buy. If you're gonna charge me that much, I will more than likely just take that money and either put it with more money and back another Kickstarter or Indiegogo, or I will possibly buy an older, Bronze Age or Silver Age, ASM or something, or Hulk or something like that.
Or you wait 6 months for the hype to die down on issue 1000, then you go to the overflow box and you get it for $4.
Yeah, I waited for the hype to die down for Spawn 300, and I was like, "Ooh, that J. Scott Campbell cover is pretty." Yeah, so I got 2 of them for like $2 a piece. Like,
yeah, you gotta love that.
I'm like, okay, congratulations! I'm glad you got your $20 worth. I did too. So, Rodney, thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate you spreading the word on Pitter Patter.
Oh, anytime. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you so they can follow you and Hazzum on the social medias?
Alrighty. Well, you can go to the Hazzum website, HAZZUM.com, and that is our website there. All the books that we have printed or published up until now are available there. I am on Instagram, Rodney_Fyke, and I am on Facebook, The Art of Rodney Fyke on Facebook, and then just Rodney Fyke, my personal page. I am on the Hazzum YouTube channel. We do a Thursday night throwdown and a Friday night draw podcast every Thursday and Friday night. Myself and Sean Forney, where we do a 30-minute sketch off. We pick a character every week and we both do it in 30 minutes. And the sketch is available for purchase. You can upgrade to inks and colors for an additional charge. So we do that Thursdays and Fridays, 8 o'clock Eastern. And then I stream Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock at the Art of Rodney Fyke, and Rodney Fyke at Twitch. And it's also streaming at the Hazzum YouTube channel. And at that time, I'm usually just working on commissions or something of that nature. And I usually stream for about a half hour, 45 minutes at 11 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, unless I'm driving, which I do maybe once or twice a week, depending on when they need me. And those are all the spots where you can find me in everything that I do.
Very cool. Thank you once again. And everybody share this out everywhere you get social with your media, and back this project. It's got a lot of cool stuff. You can even if you get in on it quick, you can still get these 2 holographic stickers.
Yes.
On top of everything else.
That is right. 2 comics, not just 1, 2 comics, the first 2 issues, and a whole bag of goodies.
And don't forget about our friend.
Yes, Chippy the squirrel.
Poor Chippy.
We loved him when.
Whenever we could.
Let's have a moment of silence for Chippy. Thank you.
Well, this has been a blast. Come back anytime you have anything new or updates or anything.
All right, I appreciate you having us on. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
I had a blast. This is probably way more fun than we should be having on any night of the week. So,
As David Letterman used to say, this much fun can't be legal.
Not at all. So we're gonna wrap up here, and this episode will be downloaded and uploaded to my podcast platform, and you'll be able to download this episode anywhere you get your podcast. Just search for Creators Outlet, and we'll wish you all a very chippy good night.
Bye-bye.